Hey, what's up to all my DIY watchers out there? My name is Sebastian and thank you for tuning into my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the AIRMATIC airline system, what to look for when you have a leak, and how to fix it. So stay tuned, coming up next. Hey, welcome back guys. Thanks for tuning into my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the AIRMATIC airline system, and before I teach you how to search for the leak and how to fix the broken line, please hit that subscribe button and hit the like and share my video so I can share more videos in the near future for free. I am here to basically teach you guys how to repair things all by yourself without having the mechanic charge you thousands of dollars. A lot of these mechanics will not tell you exactly what they're working on and what needs to be fixed. They'll try to sneak in there and try to see how much money they can get out of you. So this is where I am. This is why I'm here, is to teach you guys how to fix this yourself for less than $30 probably. Today we're going to talk about the AIRMATIC airline system. Okay, what is the airline system? Well, the airline system is basically what it is, the name is. It's an air that goes into the line and it distributes into the certain amount of part of your important part of your vehicle AIRMATIC system, which is the air struts, and it's connected to the your control valve, level valve system, and your compressor and your central reservoir. Those are the important part of your AIRMATIC, and they are distributed through the airlines. So what happened is, a lot of times they do break. So when you take it to the shop, they'll say, hey, the line needs to be fixed and there's a leak. What they don't tell you is that where the leak is coming from. Okay, it does make a difference, because what happened is, if you know exactly where the leak is coming from, you can fix it yourself, or less than under $30. Okay, now what they don't tell you is where the leak will be, and I'm here to tell you exactly where the leak is. Majority happens. Okay, majority of the time the leak will be coming out from the end of the line. Majority of the time. Okay, very slim it happens in the middle of the line. Why? Well, I'm going to show you that here in a bit, why it does happen more at the end of the line. Okay, so please just follow this tutorial and let's get started. Okay guys, today we're gonna focus on fixing the airline. If you have any leak going on how to repair them, there's only two ways that they can break. Either they can leak around the fitting, or if you have any broken line. Okay, so I'm gonna teach you both of them how to repair it, and hopefully you guys can save a lot of money. Before we do start, please hit that subscribe button and like and share my video so I can put more free videos in the near future. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. So first thing first is, you're gonna need three things. Okay, you're gonna need three things in order for you to repair this your leaks. So you're gonna need the suspension airline hose repair straight connector. Okay, basically this is going to connect, your line goes right here and then the other line goes here. Okay, this is designed to connect it without any leakage going on. You're gonna need also a suspension valve air fitting. Okay, this is a bolt, a screw that will go into your basically suspension, compressor, all that stuff. Okay, if sometimes they do come out with leaks, so you're gonna need to replace that, and I'm gonna show you how that is going to work and how to install it without breaking the line. And then you're gonna need your airline. Okay, this is a flimsy airline, but it's pretty tough. It will not break when you bend it. Now I will talk to you about why they do break. Okay, It's very important for you to understand why they do break. But this is a brand new line. This is going to take a long time for it to break. Even if I was gonna bend it, it's not going to snap out. Okay, so let's understand what the AIRLINE, how the AIRLINE works. Basically, it's an air goes in through this line, and it's gonna distribute air into the system, from your compressor unit and into your control level valve, and then it sends air into your basically your AIRMATIC struts. Okay, and in order for that to work, you have to have this line. Now if the line has a leak, your car starts to sag down, and I recommend you, when you do experience car sagging, please do not drive it home, because what happens is, if you do drive it home while it starts sagging down like this, it's gonna start scraping your tires, it's gonna ruin your alignment, it's going to damage your compressor and your valve and your struts. Okay, very important, or else it's going to cost you more money instead of an easy fix like line fix. Okay, so if I were you, just get it towed, pay for like $100 to get it towed in your home. It's way much cheaper than taking it to the shop and charge you for thousands of dollars. Okay, so what the shop won't tell you is that they say, hey, we got a leak here on your line, but they will not tell you where the leak will be. Okay, why? Because they don't want you to fix it yourself. They want you to take it to them so they can fix it for a longer time. They're gonna try to drag it, and they're going to tell you a lot of excuses saying, oh, we can't figure this one out yet, but I think it's this one. And then it's just more money out of your pocket, because now they're charging you for their labor, their time, and the parts. Okay, when you can just do this by yourself within half an hour, okay, for a cheaper price. I will post links underneath my description, where to buy them and how much they cost. Okay, all the tools that you need, I will put them under description. So if you have any question, please send me a message. So first thing first, what you need to do is you're gonna need to look for the line. Okay, I will put some link underneath my description where to look for them. Okay, usually they'll be attached with your compressor unit and your valve system, control valve, and basically your central reservoir and your struts. That's how you find them. All right, now you're gonna need to basically focus the end of this line. Okay, end of this line. This is where you're going to be focusing, not the middle. A lot of times, I will explain this to you in a bit, but a lot of times the center is basically stationary. Okay, it's going to run into your car, along your car, in the middle of the car, underneath, or wherever they shove those line will be, and then it's going to go all the way to the back of your struts or in the front of your struts. But the thing is, the center of the line is constantly stationary. There's no play. There's not a lot of play going on there. No movement, because a lot of times they're bolting those things down, or they use a zip tie to keep it steady. So what it is, it's just basically constantly stationary. Okay, so there's no activity going on, so chances are there will be no leaks on that part of the line. Where you're going to need to focus is, you're going to need to focus the end of the line where it's connected with your compressor, connected to your AIRMATIC control valve, your central reservoir, and your struts. Why? Because that's where all the activity happens. Okay, what I have here is, I'm gonna show you here real quick. I have a compressor motor, okay, for the AIRMATIC system. This is my old one. I just put a new one on mine. What it is you're gonna need the line is gonna get connected right here in the middle, okay, in this hole. And then when the compressor kicks in, this thing starts to vibrate. And once the thing is vibrating, this thing starts to get movement too as well. Okay, so there's activity going on there, because now it's moving, right? So after time, what happens is, when your line is old and rusted and a lot of moisture going on in there, if there is a leak in there, the air is going to, there's going to be moisture inside those lines. Okay, and now since you're not only getting moisture, you're gonna be dealing with a lot of heat around that, because the compressor is sitting next to the motor in front of the engine, and it acts like a heat. So when you have a moisture and you have a heat, what happens is this line starts to act stiff. Okay, it's going to be stiff. It's not going to be flimsy like this brand new one. It's going to be stiff, and once it becomes stiff, chances are they're going to be easy to break, they snap, because they go harden. Basically they go harden. Okay, because after after so long, it's kind of wearing out the line, and it starts to get stiff in there, and then because of the moisture and the heat, and it's basically, whenever you try to unbolt this thing, like unscrew it like this, what happens is sometimes the screw gets really rusted in there, and it's going to try to twist the line too, and then the line breaks. Okay, so that's why I always tell you guys that please focus at the end of the line. Do not focus in the middle of the line, because chances are there's no leak going on that line. Okay, the same thing as the air struts. The air struts this line that's connected to air strut, there's going to be leakage in there, because what happened is, every time in the air strut, your air strut, when you hit the bumps, it's going to keep pushing the strut up, and then it's going to create pressure into this system in your line. So after a while, it's going to basically snap, or it's going to create one of your bolts right here. There's going to be like some kind of rubber seal in there that starts to wear out. Okay, so you're gonna start getting leaks in there as well, and then when it starts getting leaks in there, you're gonna also getting moisture in there, right? And then this thing starts to get, once again, stiff. It wears out, and then they're easy to snap and they're easy to break. Okay, so what you need to do is you're gonna need to start spraying that area. Spray it really good with soap, and then once you spray it, you're gonna need to try to see if you can find any bubbles. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to loosen this thing up a little bit and see if there's any bubbles. This is what you need to look for. Okay, as you see, there's bubbles coming out of this thing. That's what you're looking for. Okay, if you see that, then that means either the bolts, the air fitting valve, which is what we call air fitting valve, is worn out. You're gonna need to replace that. Okay, so you're gonna need to unbolt that and replace. And then what you're gonna need to do is you're gonna need to repair and put a new line in there as well, because chances are there's gonna be already a leak of those lines in there as well, like maybe inside the fitting. Okay, when you push it in there. So here's what we were gonna do. How do we fix that fitting in there, right? So what you're gonna need to do is, you can't just grab this fitting and try to push this line in there. Okay, you don't want to do that. Why? Because it's very hard to fit it in there. Okay, you can't just fit it there. Why? Because see this piece? This is basically a little piece in here, right there in the middle. That's a little piece that will come off. Okay, so it basically, what it does, it traps the air once you plug it in there. So if you try to push it in there and you're trying to hold it with your thumb like this, it's going to, I mean, it's not going to hurt, but it's harder to push, and chances are you're just gonna kind of ruin your line. Okay, so what I suggest you doing is that you're gonna need to try to screw it into your compressor unit. Okay, make sure this little piece is actually intact in there, because they do come off fairly easy. Okay, make sure you screwed it in there. I'm gonna grab my compressor here real quick, and you're gonna try to screw it in here at this hole first. That's what you need to do, is try to screw it in there. Okay, I'm not gonna put it in there because this is a brand new one and I don't want to waste it, and I'm putting it into my bad compressor. I really don't want to do that right now. So what you're gonna need to do, once it's screwed it in there, you're gonna need to grab this line, and then you're going to push it in there. Okay, you're gonna push it in there, and then if you can see the yellow line right there, or what color you're getting, whatever it is that they're gonna send you in your mail, you want to push it all the way into that color. Okay, that's how far you're supposed to push it in there. If you can push it in there, that means you have sealed the air. Okay, that means there's not gonna be air coming out of that thing anymore once you start that pump again. All right, that's one of the first leak that you're going to repair. All right, if that's one of your problem that you find. Now there are times you're going to find a different leak. Okay, let's just say the leak that you found is right here, or let's just say you try to unscrew it and this thing just snap halfway. Okay, it just snap. How do you fix that? Well, it's very simple. This is where you grab this suspension AIRLINE hose repair straight connector. Okay, and you're gonna need to cut the original one where it's connected to the compressor or the level valve system. You're gonna take that thing off, and you're going to put the new screws in there. Okay, and then what you're going to put one of this and push it in there, the new one, and then you're going to cut it off, and then you're going to connect this thing like this, push it in there, and you can hear it snap, and then you're just gonna connect the other one in there. All right, you're just gonna basically snap it in there, and then you just made yourself a connector line. It's going to just like this. All right, just imagine it's going to look like that. So now you have a line that's been repaired. You just basically took out the bad one, you snap it, connect, and connect the other one, and then now you have connected. Okay, simple. That's all you need to do. So hopefully I'm able to help you how to find the leak on this kind of stuff when you do run into this kind of problems. It's very easy repair. Mechanics will not tell you some secrets that that no one knows. What we need, I'm trying to think what else I've covered. I think I have covered everything. Okay, how to fix the AIRLINE. So basically I will post some links down below my description about where to find them and how much they cost. Oh, one more thing before I forget. You can remove this thing. Okay, you can remove this thing if for whatever reason it is. Okay, what you could do is basically how to remove it is you're gonna need to pull this out, press it down, not pull it out, but press it like this. It's going to press, and then you can pull the line back out. Okay, so it's a push release thing. Okay, it's a push release. That's the beauty about it. Love this part. It's good piece, very cheap, and it will definitely fix your line, and there will be no air coming out of this thing. Okay, this is how you need to fix your line and your leak. So hopefully I'm able to help you guys. And if you do have any questions about the AIRMATIC AIRLINE system, please let me know. Once again, I did put some links down below my description about my other videos. Please check that out, and hopefully I can help you with any of those questions as well. Other than that, thank you for tuning in. I love you guys, and thanks for your support.